This is a quick review of what solving equations is all about. If you notice on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a scale. Solving an equation is a lot like keeping a scale balanced. The equal sign in an equation is much like when the two sides of the tray are equal. If we change one side of the scale, what happens? If we put something on the left-hand side, if we put something on this side here, well, then this side is going to go down because it's going to be heavier. It'll no longer be balanced. This side will then be lighter and it'll go up. So, we have to keep it balanced. If I have 5x as a term on this side of the scale, and I also have, let's say, -7 on this side of the scale, and then over on the other side I have 13, which is positive. Right now, it's balanced because that's what this equation says is true. 5x minus 7 equals 13. To solve for x, we need to get x alone on one side of the equation. We need to find out what the value of 1x is. So, since this x right here has 5 being multiplied to it, and then we have -7, or subtracting 7 from it, we need to undo both of those operations. Remember that PEMDAS is our order of operations, and that when we are solving, we actually use the order of operations in the reverse order. We're going to deal with addition and subtraction first, then multiplication and division, then any exponents we may have, and lastly parentheses. So we will start by performing any addition or subtraction to undo something from the equation. Since -7, or subtracting 7 is going on here, we need to add 7. Because what we're doing is we're trying to get rid of this 7 on this part of the balance, this -7. So by adding 7 on this side, we've now made the balance, or the scale, unbalanced. So we need to make sure to add 7 to this side of the scale as well, and that'll be balanced again. Which means, if you think about the equal sign over here, the equal sign as being the middle of our scale, we need to do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. So we need to add 7 to both sides. When we do so, then we're going to simplify. We say -7 and +7 together will add up to 0. So this becomes +0. So we have 5x plus 0, we don't have to write the +0, equals, now we have 13 plus 7, which is 20. Again, if you look at the scale, we've just knocked these two things out because +7 and -7 is 0, and then over here, we combine these to be 20. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to multiply or divide to undo what's being done to x. So since x is being multiplied by 5, we need to do the opposite operation, which is division. I'm going to divide this side of the equation by 5, and again, if I divide this side by 5 on the scale, I need to do the same thing to the other side or it won't be balanced. So I need to also divide by 5 on this side. So I'm going to divide this side by 5. Now, 5 divided by 5 as a fraction is 1. So we're left with 1x equals, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. So x equals 4. Remember, we always need to keep the scale balanced by doing the same thing to one tray on the balance as we do on the other side.